Hi, and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. Today's project we're going to put on the window itself. It's going to be a shield that actually filters out the sun coming through the window. As you can see, we have a lot of light coming through here. I will turn the camera so you can see a little bit, but I had to turn it this way so you can see me because the light is so bright behind me. As you can see, we do have a shade that actually closes it off, so we can do that. But on top of the window we have the rounded arch, and that rounded arch, we're going to put that filament up on the window right there. So let me bring you in. I'm going to show you what tools I'm going to need, what product I'm going to use, and then we're going to go ahead and get this job done. This particular product is made by a company called Gilla. Not that I'm recommending Gilla, but it just happened to be in the big box store that I purchased it from. So I'm not pushing this particular product. I'm just showing you as a reference how to go ahead and put the film on the window and have it come out professionally, just like as if a pro did it. So all right, let me show you what we're going to do, and we're going to get started. This is an example of what we're going to be using right here. This particular film here, it's a heat control. It's to reduce the UV coming through the window into this room. Like I said, it's made by a company called Gilla, and this one is called Platinum. Now, I know somebody's going to say something about using these rags here, but this is just to clean the window itself first. Before I do anything, we're going to use some Windex or glass cleaner to clean any kind of dirt or anything on the window itself. We are going to use a razor blade like this to scrape it, just to make sure that we don't have any paint flakes or anything else on the window itself. Now, the kit that we purchased that goes with it is made by the company as well, Gilla, and it's an application kit. This squeegee is actually not part of the kit, but what you see here is the solution. There's a low lint rag, a cutter, a squeegee, and this we don't need, but that's everything that we need. This is the low lint cloth that we're going to clean the final clean of the window. But and then once we cut the film to the proper length, we're going to wet the window down, and then stick it on top of the window. And the squeegee will be to squeegee out any kind of moisture that's still in there. All right, so all right, let me show you what the window is, and we'll get started. But that's the part of the window we're going to be putting the film on. Now you see it has the ribs inside there. Those ribs are actually in the window itself, so it's one big piece of glass. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put it over that glass, and we're going to squeegee it off. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the curtain rod to gain access to that window without any kind of obstruction. And of course we have a ladder so that we can get up there and reach even the highest spot up on top. All right, so let's get set up. I'm going to take these curtains down, and we'll get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come up with that razor blade I told you about, and we're going to make sure that everything on the window is nice and clean. Okay, now if there was any kind of paint flakes or anything like that on there, that razor blade gets it off, and now we're going to clean the window itself. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to measure the length of the window itself at its widest point. And we got about 62 inches. So we're going to add an inch on either side, at least an inch on either side, so that it overlaps on the sides before we put it back on. So we know we're going to measure the length and the height, and then we're going to go over to the table and we're going to cut the film with the scissors. So all right, let me get these measurements, and we're going to go over and we'll cut that filament. Now what we need to do is we need to separate right over here the filament from the paper on the back of it. So we're going to take a piece of tape like this and like this, We're just going to put this here so it doesn't roll up by accident. We're going to take one piece of tape and just stick it on the end, just like that. And I'm going to stick another piece of tape on the other side, just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to peel the paper off of the back of it. The sticky part here is the part that you're going to be using, and this is the part that we're going to be throwing away. So now what we're going to do is we have that pulled apart like this. We're not going to go any further. We're just going to stop right here. We're going to go in the front. We're going to spray the window, and then we're going to carry this over there. So let's go back out front, but that's how you separate the two pieces from each other. Tape on one side, tape on the other side, and just pull it apart. All right, let's go back in the front and continue that. Okay, next thing we're going to do now is we're going to spray the solution on the window. All right, that's the soapy solution. Now we're going to grab our film and we'll bring it over and put it up. Okay, and that's the finished product. Okay, so you can see that's all done now. It is a little bit awkward working with such a long piece, 32 inches. It's a fairly long piece, and this one is actually a little higher than most of the time on the window. Like if you were doing just the window, for instance, it would be right in front of you. But working up on a ladder, it's a little bit tighter. So if you had an assistant, it probably would be a good idea to have somebody hold the other end of it while you went up there and you smoothed out the one side. If by chance it dries out underneath, when you have that film on the window, just peel the film back, spray it down again with that soapy solution, put it back on, and then you can squeegee everything out to the ends, trim it, and you're all set. All right, as always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.